Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Next Level Real Talk Podcast, where we have conversations on the journey of personal transformation and the pursuit of lasting peace and happiness with Sheldon and David. And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Next Level Real Talk with Sheldon and David.
David,
Here we
great to
are.
have you back.
Yes, welcome back. To those of you who are still listening, we're deeply grateful and totally amazed.
Well, awesome. Hope you're enjoying it. And every episode, hope you're learning something new and growing as you go. And
Doing the
hopefully,
homework.
doing your homework and getting closer to peace and some understanding and a little bit of happiness. So,
And we'd love whatever feedback you have, any comments, any experiences you might have.
yeah.
That would be awesome. You can definitely share those with us in the comments if you're comfortable. That would be awesome. And I might even put my email and Dave's email in the
Mhm.
comments if you wanted to, into the show notes. And if you wanted to just the description, if you wanted to just share it with us, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, because you may be, some people are a little not scared, but you want to call it, kind of anxious about putting it out a comment.
Yeah, you
But hey,
might
if you
want to
want to
put it
send it to
public
us
and totally
individual,
understand that.
yeah, totally.
Uh, so in this episode, we're going to do something a little different, which we've mentioned and referred to and kind of alluded to this idea of going over a little brief meditation. So we're going to share what I call the golden sun meditation. It's really more like a guided visualization. Technically, I wouldn't even call it a meditation, only because there's imagery that I'm going to have you visualize and imagine and see in your own mind's eye while you're doing it. And it makes this idea of focusing the mind really easy. Um, it's kind of like this idea that when we ask you in meditation, when they classically say, oh, allow your mind to clear of all thoughts, or just, follow your breath, which is very common and it works great. It's actually really hard to do. However, if I say to you, imagine a lemon, can you picture in your mind a lemon? A lemon comes to your mind instantly. Like
Mhm.
everybody can come up with some image of a lemon in their mind, right? And so your mind actually likes to create pictures. And it's actually one of the reasons why hypnosis can work, because they'll use visualization in hypnosis and it works really. It's something that the mind does really naturally. So when I'm going to do this guided visualization, which is technically what it is, um, I'll have you, imagine like a golden sun, and there's some other things that we'll do. So it's really, really simple. In this first time through, I will kind of describe and explain some of the things that we're going to do and explain some of why I think it works afterwards. Um, so I'm imagining that this particular episode will be really short. But then what we're going to do afterwards is we're going to upload a separate kind of podcasty episode, but it'll literally be just the 3-minute guided visualization. No real explanation, just talking through the process, and it literally lasts about 3 minutes, and
It'll
that's
it'll be
it
the actual guided visualization.
by
I won't be
itself.
talking, I won't be talking, it'll be just, like, going through. So, if you wanted to use that 3-minute piece throughout the day, throughout the week, you can separate that one out. It won't be the part of the podcast, you don't have to go find it. It'll be, "This is the meditation/guided visualization. Okay, I need that today. I wanna do that right now." Boom, boom. You
Yes.
can punch it as many times as you want. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
So this
could
will
you
be yeah, so this first one will be a little longer. We're talking now. Obviously, we're gonna go
Mhm.
through that guided visualization. It'll be a little bit longer than 3 minutes only because I'm gonna be explaining some of the stuff as you're doing it. For most of you, this will be the first time you're ever experiencing it. And then afterwards, we're gonna talk about it a little bit and explain some of the aspects and parts of it and why I think it works so well. Um and that'll be it. So yeah, it'll definitely be longer than 3 minutes. And like
Yeah.
you said, then we're gonna upload a separate one that will just be the meditation by itself.
Do you wanna talk about, like, different levels of meditation so they kinda understand, what we're doing here and or you wanna do that after you do this piece?
Why don't we do it after?
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
let's go into this. So, if you're going to follow along, obviously, we don't want you driving.
Yes.
So, be safe.
Yeah. Do
Be
not close your
safe.
eyes when
Don't
he
close
says,
your
"Close
eyes
your
while you're driving,
eyes."
please.
Yes.
So, wherever you are, get yourself at a comfortable place.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're sitting or lying down or whatever.
Mhm.
I would generally recommend that you sit with your feet flat on the floor, kind of thing. Again, this is something that is so brief. You can literally do it anywhere. You can do it at work. You can do it on the toilet. You can do it wherever. It's going to be
Mhm.
3 minutes. So the important thing, and I hopefully have emphasized this enough or maybe too much for you, is that you do it and that you do it a lot and repeatedly throughout the day. That creates that whole pattern interrupt we're talking about that allows you to interject a place of peace throughout your day, which trains you and all that kind of stuff. So here we go. So feet on the floor comfortably. This would be ideally, doesn't have to be. Feet on the floor comfortably. You're sitting in a chair, back's relatively straight. The most important thing is that you feel relaxed and comfortable. So whatever that position is, going to ask you to close your eyes, and then you're going to take a nice deep inhalation through the nose, and you're exhaling through the mouth, and it's a nice long full exhalation. And then do another deep inhalation through the nose. And as you're exhaling, I just want you to imagine that you're releasing. In your mind's eye, literally give yourself permission to let go of everything. Let go of whatever tension, stress you might be feeling. And keep doing it in through the nose, out through the mouth. Giving yourself permission to relax. Giving your mind permission to be in this present moment now. And then after you feel your body has started to settle down a level or two, it doesn't have to be perfectly relaxed, but if you're in the middle of an active day and all of a sudden you notice it kicked down a notch, after that initial relaxation, might be 3, 5, 7, 9 breaths, just transition to you just breathing in and out gently through the nose. And again, giving yourself permission to simply be here now. In other words, letting go of any frustration with what was going on 5 minutes ago, anger, maybe shame about the past, letting go of this need to be ready for what might be coming up, planning, future tripping, whatever it is, worrying about the future, just giving yourself permission to just take a break and just sit right where you are. And that's it, as you're breathing softly through the nose. If your mind needs something to pay attention to, count the inhalation, like 1001, 1002, 1003 on the inhale, 1001, 1002, 1003 on the exhale, and try to make the inhale the same length as the exhale. And hopefully, you've noticed another level of softening, another level of quieting, another level of relaxation. And then, what I want you to do is imagine in your mind's eye a brilliant golden sun. It's like the sun in the sky. It's brilliantly bright light, and it's in the middle of your chest. It's the middle of your chest cavity. Behind your sternum is this small, brilliant golden sun. It's beaming light out so bright that even in your mind's eye, in your imagination, it's almost hard to look at it. It's hard to even see this imaginary golden sun because it's so brilliant. And it's more golden, maybe yellow gold, than it is white yellow, which is what the sun really is. It has golden tinting to it. It's filling up your entire torso cavity. Just imagine and see and feel. You might feel a tingling sensation in your chest. You might feel warmth or a magnetic feeling, almost like magnets in your chest, weird sensations of pulling. And that golden light, you see it flowing down into your intestines and organs and your stomach and your lower cavities, down through the hips, streams of golden light pouring down through the thighs, down the calves, out the soles of the feet and the tips of the toes, down into the center of the earth. So these two beams of golden light going down into the center of the earth. The golden light is also filling the shoulders and the upper chest cavity, down the arms, down the forearms, out the palms of the hands and the fingertips, up, up into the throat, filling the throat, filling up the skull and the brain, filled with beautiful golden light, and then out the top of the head, up into the heavens above. We as human beings are the mediator between heaven and earth. It's heaven, humanity, human beings, and the earth below us. So there's golden light shooting straight up and shooting straight down, connecting you. Now I want you to imagine a tube in the center of your chest. And this is called heart-centered breathing. So every time you're exhaling, that golden light from the golden sun is pouring out of that tube or that hole in the center of your chest, and it's filling the room, filling the space that you're in right now with beautiful golden light. So every exhale, it's like you're breathing through this chest. As you exhale, the room is filled with golden light. As you inhale, that golden light is pouring back into the hole, into the golden sun in the center of your chest. So just take a few deep breaths through the center of your chest. Now I want you to imagine something in your mind's eye. It can be a person, it can be a place, it could be a thing, it could be a pet. It doesn't matter what it is, but it's something that when you think of it, it immediately elicits feelings of love and gratitude. So I want you to imagine that image of that person, that place, that thing, whatever it is, that makes you feel a deep and profound natural sense of love and gratitude. And it's like you're looking at this image on like a photograph in your hand, and you're putting that image in the center of the golden sun. It's like throwing a picture in a huge bonfire, and the brilliant light of the golden sun, it just dissipates and disintegrates the image. And so what happens is that golden light is infused with this beautiful feeling of love and gratitude. And so now as you're seeing the golden light flowing through your body, you're feeling this energy of love and gratitude, which is infused in the light, pouring throughout your body, penetrating every cell, every atom, every molecule of your being, filled with this energy of love and gratitude and light, carried by the golden light. And because you're floating and feeling and swimming in this energy of love and gratitude, I always bring my hands together in prayer, but you can do whatever you want. Just slowly, quietly to yourself, say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And that's it. That was probably 7 or 8 minutes, I'm guessing. I don't know. Um, how'd that feel, David?
Felt great.
You're like, I'm ready to go to bed.
I love that golden sun. Do it all the time, and it's so nice. And yeah. So as Sheldon said, so that was like about 8 minutes, possibly. When he does when we end this episode, and he'll come back and do a 3 minute one. It'll be just straight through. It won't be explaining anything. It'll be just walking through the steps and letting you relax, and it'll be one that you can use throughout the day, and just
So
keep that one available.
So let me explain a few things. Number one, I always want you to start with an inhalation through the nose, exhalation through the mouth. One of the things is we talked about operant conditioning. That is where you're training your body and your mind. So what happens is if every time you start this process in your meditation with a deep inhalation through the nose, exhalation through the mouth, you condition your body. So I had one of the people that I was working with, and she literally was just like, "I'm sorry, but I don't really do the meditation anymore." "What do you mean you don't do the meditation?" Because I just do the deep breathing, and as soon as I do a couple of breaths, all my anxiety
Mhm.
goes away. She used to get ulcers, like aching stomach and nauseous, feeling like she was going to throw up because she would get so anxious. And she just do a couple breaths, and the feeling would go away, and it would relax her whole body. But it was because she had conditioned her body with the golden sun meditation for a while, that when she stopped it, every time she took the deep inhalation through the nose, exhalation through the mouth, it's like her whole body said, "You're going to relax." Boom. And she
It
relaxed.
starts that process right away. And
Yes.
real quick, if I can tell, because when I was doing it, when I first started, it was kind of hard going through the process. But now, same thing. When I do my breaths, what you hopefully you will start feeling is I just feel my shoulders relax. I feel my shoulders go down every time I breathe. It's almost more relaxing. I feel my body just
Yeah.
slowly relax. And so that's what you want to kind of want your body to feel is say, okay, I'm starting to relax. I'm untense, just
Yeah.
kind of getting into the mode and truly relaxing.
Yeah, so that first phase with a couple of breaths, and I said it in that explanation while I was doing it. It's like 3, 5, 7. I always do odd numbers for some reason. It's a couple breaths, right? And if you're in a pretty good space when you start, it might be 3 breaths,
Mhm,
and you already feel pretty relaxed. You're like, and you just do
mhm,
1 or 2, and now you're going to transition to where you're breathing in and out through the nose. If you're having a crazy day and there's a lot of shit going on, it might be 7, 8, 9 breaths,
mhm,
before you start to feel like you said the shoulders are going down a little bit.
mhm.
You start to feel the mind start to settle down a little bit. You start to go, okay, okay, cool, here we are. So, however many that takes, it doesn't, it'll vary, but you're going to do a couple of the in through the nose, out through the mouth. You're going to start there. And then at some point, when you start to feel like, I always say it's like one level down, it's like, woo, and you started to feel that one, your shoulders went down one level. Now you're just going to transition to where you're going in and out through the nose, and those are soft, deep breaths. And one of the things that I always like to say is giving yourself permission. Like, I have permission to just relax and be in this moment. So mentally, when you just say, I'm going to give myself permission for these next 3 minutes to just be here and relax and not have to
Because
worry about anything.
it's hard to for us, a human being, to sit and relax and go,
Yeah.
but wait, I got stuff. Our mind wants to go,
Yep.
go, 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 go.
Yep.
So I think it's important, like you said, as you just said it, you need to give permission to yourself because that's allowing yourself
Mhm.
to relax.
Yep.
And so, yeah, so what he's saying is real.
Yeah, it makes a difference, right? It makes a
It
difference for
really does.
you mentally when you say,
Hmm.
"Okay, you know what? I'm going to take this is my 3 minute break. I'm going to give myself that." Boom,
Hmm.
and it allows your mind and your body to sort of settle down that next level, right? So you're doing the inhalations through the nose now, just, and if you're doing it, if you feel like you need a couple of those, and your mind starts to do something, right? You can just do that whole counting where it's just 1001, 1002, 1003, and then you're exhaling 1001, 1002, 1000. I'd
Because
be
you're
honest with me,
focusing.
yeah, honestly, I don't ever really need to do that, but some of us might. And it can help you to just sort of, again, give your mind something to focus on, give yourself permission, and
Hmm.
then focus on the breath as you're counting it, something to do. And that'll help your body kind of take down another notch. So it's like up here, the in through the nose, out through the mouth, then in through the nose, out through the nose, you're down another level. And as soon as you feel like, okay, I'm ready. Um, and again, this can be 30 seconds, it doesn't have to be a lot of time, but you feel like, okay, I hit another level where I feel a little bit more relaxed. Um, you feel the golden sun. So that golden sun, um,
Real quick, Sheldon.
go ahead.
The For me, I do the counts at a certain point because
Hmm.
my brain will start thinking about something else real quick,
Yes. Yeah.
and so I
Good.
get to a point. I go, no, I count. I do it even if there's nothing in my quote.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? No, I'm not thinking of anything
Yep.
but relaxing. I
Yep.
go ahead and count to keep my brain from
Keeps you focused. Yeah.
yeah, from triggering onto like, oh shoot, I need to do that email. I forgot about that email. I better do that
Yep.
when I'm done with this meditation. Well, I'm not meditating now.
Yep.
So it's
Yep.
I
Yep.
count, and it allows me to focus and bring me lower. So
That's awesome,
it
dude.
really does help. So,
That's huge, and it's really, they have a thing called the monkey mind. When you forcibly try to clear your mind, it doesn't work and it goes crazy. And
mhm.
then actually, for me when I first started, it felt like 10 thoughts coming in at the same time from all different directions. It was weird. It was like multiple thoughts coming in. It felt like I'm pointing like this because it felt like it was coming in, one from the front, one from behind, one from the side, one from above, one from below. It was like all directions coming into my brain at the same time. Just wacky insanity. So having something to pay attention to, whether it's your breath, whether it's the counting rhythm, whatever that is, actually makes it much easier to do. And also
And I
listening to my voice and listening to the imagery as you follow that
mhm,
helps a lot. That's why it makes this way easier than pure meditation of just clearing the mind totally and sitting in
yeah.
nothingness, which is really hard to do.
When you talked to me when I was going through it and you're teaching me how to do all this, when I that monkey brain you talked about, it's the sad thing, it's so real. And it
It's
was
totally
it's
hilarious. It's
but
insane
and
how wild.
I was trying to, evaluate things. I was trying to figure things out. I'm like, why does that happen? But I think it's because now you're starting to relax and that your brain is stopping to race and thinking about things, and now it's allowing other things to pop in. Because
Yeah.
when it's almost the opposite, okay, I'm relaxed, I'm gonna let things go. But now it's like, wait, it all starts coming back in. It's like, oh, I can come in, I can come in. You start feeling, and instead of hearing 1,000 things, now you're hearing the 10 things more focused. It's a
Yeah.
lot louder inside the brain. And then if you count, it's okay. I'm counting. Now
Yep.
I'm getting rid of that, and I'm gonna
Yep.
focus in on the numbers and my
Yep.
breath.
Yep.
So,
If you want
so
to
talking
get
about
sort of weirdly philosophical, and I won't go down any rabbit hole, but it's a little bit like, um, you cannot get to the place where there's no thoughts. And this is if you're doing pure meditation, which again, this is a guided visualization. So it's really not, but it still has some of those aspects where you are settling your mind down and it is starting to get to that place. Again, having the visualization and the imagery makes it way easier. But if you're actually trying to purely meditate and clear your mind of all thoughts, which is kind of what the classical meditation is, right? There's, you're letting go of all your thoughts or whatever. You cannot get to that place of empty mindedness with any thought, because even a thought that you're going to clear your mind is a thought. Does that make
your
sense?
thought.
It's this weird paradox.
Mhm.
So when you sit there and you go, I'm
Yeah.
going to clear my mind, well, that's a thought. I don't want to have any thought. That's a thought. I need to get rid of these thoughts. Those are thoughts. And then so what happens is your mind starts to go insane when you really are trying to do this thing. When I did
Yeah.
it, I didn't have any teacher or anything like that. I was just sitting in my room by myself, and that monkey mind thing got crazy. It was wild. I was
Mhm.
just like, what the fuck was that? I couldn't close my eyes for 10 seconds. I'd open them up like, fuck, and just freaking out. So, um, so yeah, giving yourself that something to thought. You're imagining that golden sun, right? And
Yep.
just feeling and seeing. I had a teacher who's called it see feel. If you can feel it, great. If you don't feel anything, that's awesome too. But just be aware of that. There can be sensations in the body. You have this beautiful radiant light. You're connecting to it. You're imagining it. You're seeing it. You're feeling it. It's going down through your stomach, down your legs, out the feet, into the center of the earth. It's coming up, down, out the arms, up the head, up, boom, out the top of the head. And you're just seeing that this light is pouring out of you literally from every pore. It's like Neo in the Matrix when that light and it starts bleeding out of him everywhere, right? So this beautiful golden light is filling the room. Um, it's filling you. It's penetrating every atom, every cell, every molecule. Um, Whether you believe this or not, I'm going to share what I think it is. The golden light was called the golden light of the Christ at one point. So it was the Christ light. The Christ light has always been depicted as golden, which is why they have golden halos, which is why the aura that you see sometimes around Mother Mary is like golden light. It's very common to have gold imagery. They even say that's why the Buddhas were all in gold, right? Because the Buddha hit the light and that light is gold. So the golden light of the Christos, which I believe is, you know, a very old teaching. Uh, so that light you're activating, this is what I feel like, it's you're actually connecting to something that's actually within you, which is the center of the your divine spark within you. And when you put consciousness and attention and awareness onto that spot, it's like you wake it up. And so That's why sometimes people, it's very common, and I've done this to tons of people. Did you feel anything? Yep. Everyone's different about what they feel. Sometimes they'll feel tingling.
Mhm.
Sometimes you feel tingling in the arms and the legs, the extremities as the light's going down your legs. You'll feel like a tingling on
Right.
your
Yeah.
feet or top of the head. I remember Dave one time you were like, I got this
Mhm.
tingling on the top of my head. I didn't even tell you. And you were like, I think we were just meditating. And you're like, I got a
Yeah.
weird tingling on the top of my head.
Yeah. Now,
I'm
and I
like,
was just gonna say, sometimes I like you sometimes you said it's gonna be different. There are times where I can feel in my feet, I can feel the quote unquote the light, the feeling go out. And there's
yep,
times I feel nothing. It's just like I'm just relaxed, but I can picture everything going on. But every now and then it's like either my feet will feel it or my hands will feel it or just my chest just like I feel
yep,
full, you know,
yes,
full of peace, not full of bleh, but full of
yep,
peace. And so, but then there's days I don't feel anything. It's like so
yep,
it's not like I didn't feel anything, that didn't work. No, that's not what it's supposed to be. So
yeah.
yeah.
And I had a client who, when I was coaching people with this, and he would just like, I just do that golden sun thing till the, and he goes, I just sit there and I feel the golden sun till I feel better. And he was a pretty stressed out, high stress guy. He was a super A type dude. And he was just like, yeah, at some point that thing relaxes me and I feel good. And he goes, and as soon as I feel good, I stop. I'm done. I'm good. He goes, I know I'm good. But it does have this sensation, like you were saying, of, it makes you feel better typically,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So then when you're doing so you're filling it up and all through all the parts of your body, and then you're going to picture something that makes you feel love and gratitude. Now, the interesting thing about that is some people have done this. Some of people that I've worked with have done it where they've done like a gratitude exercise. So, oh, if you're going to do this 5 times a day, every single time I'm going to think of something different that brings
Mm.
gratitude into my. For some people, that creates stress. Like it's
Because you
like,
got
oh
to figure out
God,
what it is.
what am I
Right.
thinking of now? Shit, fuck, I already thought of that one. Damn it,
Mhm.
what's a new one? I got to get a new one, right? And it freaks them out a little bit, and we don't
Yeah.
want that, right?
No. Mm-mm.
So if there's something like, let's say it's your puppy dog, and you think of that dog, and man, your heart just warms up. For many people, animals, that's the thing
Hmm.
about dogs, man's best friend kind of thing, because it can generate almost like a pure love sensation easier than people do sometimes.
Hmm.
So it's not unusual for people to have pets as their thing that just makes them feel so much love immediately. But it can be your spouse or your partner or whoever it is. It could be your job. It could be your car. Some people like love their freaking car. Like I love that thing, man. It just excites me every time I see it. It makes
Hmm.
me feel good. I'm so grateful that I have it. Whatever it is, it doesn't
Hmm.
matter.
Like
Mhm.
for me, it's always I always have when you say that, I always I used to think about one. I'm like, no, because it's Ashley, Aria, and Jace, my daughter, and my grandkids. So all three of them at once. And so I go instead of trying to stress and go like, oh, which one do I think about now? Because they're all. It's just like no, all three of them. And
Yeah.
then my mind may actually go to Aria. It may go to Jace at that one
Yeah.
point, even though all three are there.
Yeah.
But then if I can't think of anything different than that, those are that's what I go to
Yeah.
right away.
Yeah.
But there might be a day, there's been times where it's like I go through that, okay, what am I thankful for? What am I grateful for? And it could be something else. There has been
Something
times where
pops in.
something, yeah, it's like that's what I'm grateful for right now, which is okay. But if
Hmm.
nothing's actually is there that's permeating my brain, then it's Ashley, Aria, and Jace.
So
So
you open it up and allow something to pop in naturally. And if nothing pops in, your go to.
it, yeah, if
That's
nothing's popping
beautiful.
in,
That's cool.
if quote unquote nothing's popping in, they're popping in because
You're just
nothing's
going
there. So
to.
it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not like I think, okay, let them come in. No, it's just like, what am I grateful for? Oh, Ashley, Aria, and Jason. Okay, boom, boom, boom. But then it just goes with it. It's like,
Hmm.
what am I grateful for? Oh, you know what? This colleague at work was great today. I'm really grateful for that person. So then if it happens, it happens. But if not, it's naturally Ashley, Aria, and Jace.
That's super
So
cool, dude.
yeah.
And I think that'll be really helpful for people. Uh, that imagery, and then you're putting it inside the light, and then you're infusing the light. Now,
Mhm.
to me, the golden light of the Christ is already love. It's already loving, right? So that energy of that golden light by itself has a really beautiful, loving feel to it. A peaceful, loving feel. We talked about, you feel better. It just makes you feel better, right? Um, there's different levels. There's, people in spiritual communities talk about these 4 levels: the divine level of energy, then there's a mental level, then there's an emotional level, and then there's a physical level. One of the things that this meditation does is that golden light is like the divine level of love. When you're thinking of somebody or something that makes you feel love and gratitude, that's kind of like a human emotional level of it. And so
Mhm.
when we talk about integrating that into the light, which is already loving in itself, you're bringing in a different component of like almost like emotional love into that divine love, right? And when you're infusing it into your body, it's connecting into the cells of your body. So and when you're visualizing it, it's a mental aspect of that, right? So you're
Mhm.
bringing in this divine aspect, the mental aspect, the emotional aspect, and the physical aspect, all in love. So you're kind of realigning all quadrants of your beingness, again, divine, mental, emotional, and physical, all into this loving energy, which is, like I said, healing, right? Um, and relaxing and just makes you feel better,
Yeah.
right? And you'll just find that you'll feel a little bit better. And then, like I said, so because you're thinking of something that makes you feel love and gratitude, it's really easy just to say, thank you, man. Thank you for that. Thank you for who you are, whatever
Mhm.
it is, right? Just say, thank you,
Being
thank you, thank you.
thankful,
Yeah.
outright being thankful. And I like how you always, because and Sheldon always goes with the, he puts his hands together in prayer because you're just thankful. What do you do when you're praying? Many
It's
times
like,
you're saying, "I'm thankful
just
for
thank
you,"
you,
whatever it
thank
is.
you,
Thankful for
thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like,
Hmm.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
So I love
It's
that.
really simple. Um, so that's really the whole thing, right? So
Hmm.
let me just repeat it. Into the nose, out through the mouth, a couple of breaths, transitioning to where you're going in and out through the nose itself, relaxing another level down. Golden sun in the center of the chest. That golden sun is radiating down through the feet, through the legs, feet, into the center of the earth, up through the top of the head, out to the heavens above. Boom. Heart centered breathing, breathing in and out through the chest, through an imaginary hole or tube where the golden light's going out, golden back in. Taking a couple of breaths that way, you're feeling another level of relaxation, maybe some sensations, tingling, whatever. Imagining in the mind's eye an image of something that makes you feel love and gratitude. Let's say it's your family, let's say it's your pet, whatever that is. And you're taking an image of that, and you're putting it into the golden sun, and you're just feeling that energy of that image integrating with the light, being diffused by the light and penetrating with the light into every cell and atom molecule of your body. In other words, this beautiful energy is just going, and it's going into every atom, every cell and molecule of your body. You sit with that for a minute or a couple of seconds, and then you're saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's it. That's the formula. It's done.
Yep.
So it's not, like I said, it's not something that takes a whole lot of time. So, um,
For I want the listeners and viewers to know that, like, when I started doing it, I couldn't do a 3 minute one. One, my mind would not let me because it was just such a mess. Okay, going through stuff, and I couldn't do that focusing. But I do it for 1 minute, and that was I was allowed 1 minute. I allowed myself, and it was in between classes at times because I was at school, and so there was a 5 minute passing period, and that's when I always talk about it. The kids came in, they knew. Okay, if he's got his hands down, or he's looking down, let it go. He'll be back in a minute. Okay, it's like, let him go. And believe it or not, the noise going around. Okay, yeah, they weren't yelling and screaming, but there was noise. But I could focus for that 1 minute and just kind of. I went quickly into the golden sun.
mhm,
Got it quickly. Um, it doesn't have to be okay. Get the whole body. It's like, okay, it's in my heart. Okay, I
yep,
got that feel. I'm
yep,
letting it, and I quickly let it flow through my body. I didn't
yep,
walk through. I said, I would just say, let it flow, and
yep,
boom, it would flow through my fingers, my
yep,
feet.
yep,
Go up, and then and then I do my thankful. I say,
yep,
thank you, thank you, thank you. Boom, and I was done. And then eventually, I could do it longer and longer
yep,
because my body was relaxing more. But it was quite a process because I had a hard time mentally getting
yep,
through that stuff. And so know that the one that you're going to see after this, the one you click on will be a 3 minute, basically a 3 minute meditation, guided visualization. If you can't do it in the 3 minutes because something's going on or your brain's just having a hard time with anxiety, just do it quick. Do a quick one and work your way up to 3 minutes. So,
yeah. That's awesome. Great. It's great. To hear your kind of real life story about what it was like when you were going through kind of learning this whole process because
mhm.
um, it's been a
and, I,
long
and
time
I
ago.
and I learned it. at a hard part. I wasn't relaxed in that part of
Yeah.
my life, so
Yeah.
it was a very stressful time. It was a divorce, and I'm not gonna, I'll tell people what it is. And that was, I had to learn it in stress mode. And so I wish I would have known it before that, but hey, I learned it quickly, because I know I needed it. And so know that if you're in a good state of life and at a point where you are, then it's good to learn it and be able to use it. But understand, if you're at a big stress point of life, you can do it, because I've been there.
Yeah.
So if you need to talk about that, Sheldon put my email in there, and just, I'm willing to talk. I've talked to many friends and got through it, and I got through it. So thank you, Sheldon. I got through it. So, and all my friends out there, my wolf pack, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, you did it under some pretty extreme circumstances. But the thing about that is sometimes when you're under extreme circumstances, the shift can happen even more deeply and profoundly, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So I think that that's what happened with you. You were able to, because you were willing to give it a try and really go at it and really pay attention, really do it.
Hmm.
You were able to transform yourself pretty quickly. I mean, it wasn't overnight, but it was pretty profound, that level of shifting that happened for you, right?
Yeah.
And so this thing, on a practical level, is extremely relaxing, makes you feel better. You'll feel like you have more energy. And then again, like I said, on a kind of more spiritual, deep level, if you want, it'll actually help you to feel far more connected to your source, whatever you want to call that.
Hmm.
Um, Definitely opens up the channel and the ability for you to feel that connection to your higher power. So I think that that will be it. I thought I had one more thing that was popping in. But I think that's going to be it for now. So
So
we're just going to say the homework is,
you
Dave.
got to go. Okay. Your homework is going to be to do the meditation, to do the golden sun meditation, the visualization. Uh, After we're done with this, when it stops, there'll be that other one you can click on. Um, Go through it a couple times. I mean, it may not be a couple times a day. Do it start with a couple times a week, and you'll want to do it a couple times a day, because it'll help. Maybe it's when you get up in the morning, and maybe it's when you come home. You're stressed, so I'm gonna do it every evening. Okay, whatever it is, pick a time and start working through that. So that's one thing: is work on the meditation and work on, at least try to do it either in the morning or the evening, once a day, and then work your way maybe in the middle of the day to where you are. So
There
no,
you go.
yeah, there's your homework.
There is
It's
your
an easier homework,
homework.
actually. Your
It's
homework is
easy.
get to relax. I mean, who
Yeah,
ever
and
gives
if you've
homework
been
like
doing
that?
the
Come on.
if you've been doing the other homework, we just said do some deep breathing a couple of times a day. Now you're just saying do the
Mhm.
golden meditation and interject that instead. Or
Yeah.
you could do the golden meditation, like you were saying, maybe once or twice a day and do the breathing on the other ones and just don't do the
Mhm.
whole golden sun. Whatever works for you. But
Yeah.
it's just really keep integrating that idea of integrating the place of peace and interjecting moments of peace throughout your day, with the golden sun meditation as much as possible, which is comfortable for you. So you don't want to push too hard. Just take it easy and do what's comfortable for you, what works for you. Um, and we will see you on the next one. Again, I'm going to we'll be uploading this one, but we'll also be uploading a short one. That 3-minute one will literally just be, I'm just going to go right into the meditation, talk you through the whole thing and end it.
With
No
no
talking
major
before, after.
explanation. Yep.
No talking before, afterwards. So if you want to use that one like every day, multiple times a day as your source, you're welcome to do that. Okay. Hope you
You
guys
guys have a great week. Keep that smile on and
keep on
relax.
rocking.
Yep.
And we love you. And thanks for joining in with us. And we'd love to hear any feedback you have about it. All right.
Yeah.
Take
Have
care.
a great week. Keep that smile on.